Hello guys, welcome to Tutorials Point. We are in a meta video lecture discussing about application development for Android. In the previous lectures, we discussed about the introduction to Android and the steps to installation. In the last video, we saw about Android UI layouts. This lectures would now be focusing on the UI controls. As you know, UI means user interface and controls means interaction with the user basically. So now, what's a UI? User input controls are the interactive components in the application or in the app's UI, and we have a variety of UI, like we have button, we have checkboxes, we have radio button, we have toggle button, we have edit text, and we are having seek bar and progress bar. Now, why do we need these particular UI controls? We need controls because we need that the application should be working or should respond to a particular user input. So now let's start with the what are all the types of the UI available in Android. So the very first or the very normal are the basics or the basics types. It starts with the text view. So a small label which is displaying some information is a text view. After that we have a edit text. It's the subclass of text view, but the advantage is that the user can enter, or like when you say enter your username, those fields in which the user actually enters the input or gives his input is known as the edit text. We can have multiple edit text, like a edit text for password, edit text for phone number, or edit text for name and email ID and so on. After this, we are having a button. Obviously, we are very much aware of the buttons these are some push buttons which actually work on the on-click method, and to perform a particular action, like I click and I'm able to log in or something like that. After this, the checkbox. Checkbox are like, in a registration form, you get some input like what are your hobbies? Then you select 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 4 or 1 out of 4. So those group of selectable options that are mutually exclusive, that are not mutually exclusive. By this we mean that it's not that they are dependent on each other. They are like independent and are not waiting for one. Like in case of radio buttons, we have to, out of the 2 radio buttons, only one can be selected. But then checkboxes are used when we want multiple options in our user's input. Then after this, we are having radio button. Now, what is a radio button? Something a choice in which the user says either it's yes or no. We measure it by checked or unchecked. So after this, we are having some list type of user controls. List means if it's a simple drop-down list, like I say which country you live in, then we call that drop-down list as spinner. Then if you remember last time, if you have used your contacts, you typed something and the results were filtering itself, right? Or else if I talk about if an application or Facebook application, you type the name of your friend and you are able to view like the recommendation on those basis. So that is known as the autocomplete text view, when based on the input of the user, we are actually getting some output, or we are getting some results or a list based on the input that we have given. So after this, we are having a multi-autocomplete text view. It's quite similar to the autocomplete text view. The only addition is that it can have more than one value. So after this, these are some advanced types. Like if I say I'm having an image button, it's similar to push button. Everything remains same, but the only advantage is that it can have an image as a source. After this, you're having the toggle button, a light indicator button, in which you say that it's either on or it's off. Then we have a radio group. As I told you that radio group can be only, only one of the radio buttons can be clicked. Like if I ask what's your gender, you would say that it's male or it's female, right? So either you click the male or you click the female. So out of those two, only one has to be clicked. So we club these radio buttons into one and it forms a radio group. Then the progress bar. If you're downloading something, it shows that okay, how much downloading has been done. So what's the progress of a task that's running in the background. Then we're having time picker. If you have to choose like what time you were born or like something like that, then you use the time picker. In a similar way, we are having the date picker. Date picker helps us to check or to get an info from the user whatever date he wants to pick. So now these were the majority of the types of inputs or the user controls or the UI control that we are having in Android. Now we would be taking you through them one by one, all into details with a practical demo. So that was all from our side for the introduction of UI controls. Stay tuned as we're taking you through the upcoming lectures and all the controls in detail. Thank you.